Hi everyone and welcome back to SunBurst Tarot, where today we're doing something a little bit different. So this isn't going to be celebrity or anything, and by the title, it's actually about Dee Dee Blanchard. So as we know, Gypsy Rose Blanchard has been a popular figure since she has been released from prison, and there's been a lot of accusations, new things coming out. Um, I was recently, one of my friends was like, you should watch the prison confession tapes of Gypsy Rose Blanchard, where they kind of go into a lot of the details on Dee Dee Blanchard and the relationship that she had with her daughter Gypsy Rose and all the circumstances here and there between. What I wanted to do today, from the just to be very respectful, but as well as do this to the best of my ability, is I wanted to actually take a look into Dee Dee Blanchard. She's someone who does not have a voice currently to speak for herself, and I wanted to kind of maybe bring some clarity and some take a look at the energy around her and just her situation as watching those confession tapes by Gypsy Rose. It just led me with a lot of questions about Dee Dee in specifically, much less some about Gypsy, but more just around Dee Dee as in the light that they've painted her and everything else. So with that, I wanted to kind of get into this video, see what's kind of going on, and let's get some general energy breeds. And I want to figure out what's kind of going on with Dee Dee Blanchard and the such. So without further ado, let's get into it. So quick reminder, this is very, very important. Everything I'm saying here is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. No facts here, opinions, psychic downloads, and the such. If you want to use what I'm saying to help form your own thoughts, opinions, and conclusions, please do so. If you don't want to, you do not have to. Again, I think might be getting a little dark. This is going to be some heavier energy that we're going into. So if you would like to protect yourself and you just don't have that energy to do so today, feel free to click off. I'm not going to say you need to stay here. You don't need to stay. You don't need to go. It's really upon your best judgment around yourself. So, with that out of the way, other quick reminders. If you like this type of content, or if you have questions, ideas, or thoughts, feel free to hit the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe if you want to see other content like this. I typically do a lot of true crime, not true crime as much, but a lot of pop culture stuff. So just really wanted to do this reading as something that a couple people have suggested that I do, and yeah. So let's get into it, see what's going on with Dee Dee Blanchard, and go from there and see how this kind of affected her and her relationship that she had with her daughter Gypsy. So, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so general energy for Gypsy, or Dee Dee. So 5 of Wands, she had a lot of internal strife, a lot of internal struggle, where it felt like she couldn't do right nor wrong, in my opinion here. 5 of Wands, when it comes to the 5 of Wands upright has always been, for me, one of like an external conflict. When I see the 5 of Wands reversed, I see this as someone who struggles against themselves every single day. So with that, I'm like, okay, so this is someone who I think struggles with who are they, what are they. It's almost like the decisions that they make, it's almost like they're fighting against themselves almost for every decision that they make, everything that they do. Is this right or is this wrong? Why is this? The Justice card. So for those who have been like, so when I see the Justice card upright, it's like, I'm doing this for the right reasons. I'm doing this because of it's right. I have to convince myself that what I'm doing is right. It's like, I'm not doing this because I'm wrong. It's like, I'm doing this because I'm right. It's the right thing to do. It's the good thing to do. So for those who are like, oh, is she like an evil person per se. No. Is she struggling? But was she, how do I put this? Uh, you're struggling against yourself to be like, what I'm doing. It's like, I know right from wrong. However, I'm deluding myself because I know, because it's like in the back of my head, it's like I know this is wrong, but I need to know that I'm doing good. I need to know that I'm doing right. Especially with this justice card here, it's like I have to do the right thing. I have to make the right decision. Like, there wasn't a lot of room for self doubt. It's a lot of room for, I just need, like, it's room for, I need to have the absolute truth to have myself sleep at night. From a financial point of view, you have the Knight of Swords reversed. So there is an aspect of, I'm just trying to do anything to get money at the end of the day. I do feel there is a scarcity mindset with this Knight of Swords. It's like, money comes in, money goes out. There's not a lot of saving when it comes to money. So I'm wondering if she just had like a lot of struggles when it came to money comes in, money goes out, money comes in, money goes out, which is kind of like, so we spent money to make money, but then but it's like what we're making isn't enough to save. It's like it just goes in and out. A lot of hopes and fears for her. She wanted to be a star. She liked the fame. She liked the attention. Uh, there is allegations that she could be diagnosed with Munchausen's by proxy. I think that's pretty likely that is a accurate diagnosis. I'm not diagnosing, but I am saying that theory, the thoughts behind it, it does feel very, very similar to what is kind of portrayed in her energy. Obstacles that she faced in life is kind of just the temperance, which is just finding balance between, it's just finding balance within herself. I do feel that like within her energy, like I'm not diagnosing. I'm not a healthcare professional. I've never met her. I've never talked to her. I don't know any of these answers. But like what I would feel here is this is someone who could go from 0 to 100 very, very quickly, and I don't think had a lot of emotion or did not have a lot of control over those emotions. Whether some might see this as like a bipolar or a different, or someone who is maybe like has depressive episodes or anxiety really bad. It does feel that like Dee Dee had some underlying mental health challenges that kind of sparked a lot more in kind of what she was doing on a day to day. That kind of affected her and her relationship with her daughter Gypsy. The challenges that she mostly faced in life was hiding things and secrets and hiding her true self away from herself, and keeping things hidden, keeping secrets, whether that's about just where she was moving. I'm hearing no. She hid, do I want to say that? Uh, so for Dee Dee, when it came to making money, here's how I'm going to put it. When it came to making money, she hid a lot of things, not just from Gypsy, but from her family, but from and everyone else. Uh, I think there was some things that she did that she wasn't proud of to get money in and out. I also feel that like within her mental challenges that she was facing, there are things that are hidden still to this day that we will never know about that she did to make money, scrape by, and to just put food on the table for herself and her daughter. Things that she's not very proud of. Things that I'm going to say that she did out of desperation, and that there are individuals out there who can smell desperation a mile away and will take advantage of it. And I think they took advantage of Dee Dee very, very much so in those moments. Um, the best way I can put this is the mistakes that are, if we do not grow from our mistakes, or if we do not learn from our mistakes, the ones that we leave behind, the people that are closest to us, are bound to repeat them and exhibit them. So I think I'm just going to leave it at that. Uh, Things that were really good for her, it was the Page of Cups. She was able to emotionally detach from people very easily in certain situations. It's kind of what I think got her through a majority of her life, is being able to detach from situations that weren't good for her, or situations that were good for her. And she was able to just detach. Something that she learned from a very early age, I believe. It's like, I have to detach from this because maybe this isn't the emotion that I wanted, or the person that I wanted, or this thing that I wanted. And she learned to detach very early on, it feels like, in my opinion here, just to kind of survive, and be like, I don't. So when I have to make these decisions that I know in the back of my head aren't good, but I'm deluding myself that they are, it's not going to weigh on her so that she can sleep at night. It's an emotional detachment from what she's doing. In the past, we have the Knight of Cups. So, like, how do I put this? So there's some people around her that I think really manipulated her when she was younger. Manipulated her emotions, manipulated how she thought, how she did, what she did. I also feel that there might have been a few men or people who were like, I want to provide the best life for you. I want to provide the best life for you. I want to take care of you and see you be loved and successful, and give you all that you deserve. And I feel like that was offered to her in a couple different situations, and it was revoked very, very fast. And it's almost like whiplash. Uh, Again, if you see the struggles that gypsies had when it comes to men or relationships, I, again, it almost feels that, like, whatever Gypsy is kind of going through, it's almost a mirror of what her mom went through, is what I'm kind of feeling. It's like I'm feeling a mirror, a mirroring of some way, shape, or form here. And then the future was the death, the death and the rebirth of her. So we all know very much, if you've clicked on this video, that Dee Dee passed on from an attack uh, from her daughter's boyfriend at the time. And it almost feels like, from a very spiritual level, like, and I hate saying this, and it's like, it's not that it's not good what happened. I'm not condoning what happened. I'm not condoning anything. But what it feels like is that the longer this would have gone on, if it would have gone on much longer, there would have been, like, it's like, you can dig yourself a hole, right? And it's like, it feels like Dee Dee dug a very deep hole within where she was, to help kind of mentally stay in a sane place where she could get up every day. And it feels like, with her passing, it's like, we're allowing you to now, because of the hole that you've dug yourself, we don't see, it's like, spiritually, it's like the team comes in, it's like, you dug yourself a hole. Okay, with this hole that you've dug yourself into, it's like, almost within the rest of the lifetime, it's almost nearly impossible to kind of dig yourself out of it. So it's like, it's almost like spiritually something came in, and it's like, we're going to help you reset. We're going to help you get yourself out of this pattern. And maybe being on Earth right now isn't going to be helpful. Maybe we need to need to scale it back and come back to the other plane, so we can help you reset, reconfigure, and then we can help put you back in to Earth to rethink things through, redo things, and help realign you to your soul's mission or your soul's passion. And that's what it kind of feels like here with Dee Dee. And that's kind of what happened, it feels like, with Dee Dee. It's like, because there's a lot of underlying things underlying causes and issues and challenges I feel that Dee Dee was going through that really compounded into what that relationship that she then had with Gypsy. All right. Other information we can get about her. The Four of Cups, the Empress, the Mom, the Ace of Cups, the High Priestess. Dee Dee, in my opinion, if we're looking at from a very spiritual perspective, was very cut off from her spiritual self, from her divine mission, from her soul, from her higher power or good. Especially with the High Priestess reversed here, the Ace of Cups reversed, and the Mother card. So it's like she's, as a mom, as someone who's like, she doesn't have a lot of love. It feels like she almost fell out of love with herself. Especially with this High Priestess card and the Mom card along with the Ace of Cups. It's like she's lost a lot of herself. She lost a lot of herself. Like, being a mom was super, super helpful, I think, in some ways. However, that the loss of her own mother, if I remember, there was a lot of challenges there. But then with this High Priestess, it's like she got cut off from herself, from her divine path, her passion, her direction. It's like I don't think she was fed a false narrative, but like with all of the underlying mental challenges, and I think undiagnosed stuff. It was a toxic cocktail to try and drag herself out of. Because yeah, here's the Page of Wands with a cauldron boiling, bubbling, toiling. And when seeing it reversed, it's almost, I wonder if the pot overflowed. There was too much toxicity. There was too much going on to kind of realign in there. Like I said, it's a toxic concoction, I think, of a bunch of different things that kind of went wrong for Dee Dee. That's kind of led her to this path that she kind of went down. So, okay. And like I said, I do believe that if we're looking at, I'm not a doctor, I'm not diagnosing, but the Munchausen's by proxy theory, I believe, is fits very, very well. And with the cards that I'm seeing, fits well too. Okay. So next I wanted to see was, and like I said, I think it's a lot of mental health struggles and challenges that she was going through that kind of led her to this. Can I ask, what else am I allowed to know? And what are we allowed to share about Dee Dee to help kind of understand her and kind of the decisions that she kind of made when it came to Gypsy? So I really just want to look at what was kind of going on in Dee Dee's childhood. Let's take a look at that. I know from what I watched, she did have some medical issues when she was younger that caused her to kind of not be involved with things. So I just want to take a look. Let's look at Dee Dee's childhood here and just some general energy and what we can pick up from there. Okay. I'm just going to say there's a lot of repressed stuff is what I'm picking up on. There's a lot of stuff that's been repressed. There's a lot of things that never came to light. There's a lot of stuff that was covered up and the such when it came to Dee Dee. So let's just take a look. The energy, the mom, Empress, mom. So mom was a big figure in her life growing up. Why was this? Because of the Ten of Pentacles. Her mom was such a big part of her life growing up. The reason why this was the Ten of Pentacles. We want to give you the best life possible. Was she the only girl in the family? Was she the only, was she the only one that they had hope in? Because what I'm seeing here is, like, with this Ten of Pentacles, is like, you're going to leave the legacy behind. This is the one that I want to focus on, the legacy, the people, the things, and we just want to make sure that you're set and have this beautiful thing that you can kind of carry on in life with. Financial issue, like financial things going on. So the Queen of Swords reversed Was she? Hmm. Did she like? I don't know if she took money. I feel like that's more like a knight or page energy. But uh, did she? Did she manipulate people to get money out of her, out of the situation, like whenever she needed it, like she's like, oh, I just need like 50 cents to go do this with my friends. And it's like, okay, here's just the 50 cents. But in reality, what she was using the 50 cents for wasn't hanging out with her friends, but to go get some food. Or it's like, it's not white lies, but it's like what she was using money for, or what she was using stuff for wasn't actually what she was using it for. And it's like we played to, it's like she didn't have emotions behind it, but she used other people's emotions to get the financial or the material needs that she kind of needed or wanted. The hopes and the fears. So we have the strength card here. Um, um, oh God, I want to cry. Okay, so how do I want to put this? Uh, so when Dee Dee was growing up, I don't know if there was someone that she was like really close to in the family. I don't know if there was like an uncle or a cousin, a grandfatherly figure, or someone of the such that she was like really, really close with. Um, and seeing this as the hopes and the fears with the strength card, the strength card, yes, can mean like, I want to be strong. I want to be seen as independent. I want to go out and do my things. However, what I'm feeling here and what I'm getting most drawn to is the image on the card, which is this little girl with this big beastie, with this big beastie that she's loving and nurturing and the such. And I'm just wondering here if there's someone that she was really close with when she was younger. And this person was like the big bad person that, yes, was kind of protective, but was also kind of taking advantage of a naive young girl. And it's like, this is the hope and the fear at the same time, where it's like, there's this person and they love me and they care for me. But when you look and you zoom out at the situation, it wasn't good. Again, again, I'm going to say this. If you look at Gypsy's story, and if you would look at Dee Dee's story, it's so similar. That's all I'm gonna kind of leave it at that. The unseen obstacle is the Eight of Pentacles. So it's like her hard work didn't pay off. It's like I did things, I've been trying, I've been moving, I've been doing the things, I've been trying to grow, I've been trying to be a big person. However, things just she's very unlucky, or Dee Dee feels very unlucky, or it's like the hard work that she put in just didn't pay off, or like things that she's tried just didn't work. I don't know if she tried like school, like with her school, or uh, if there was like anything that she was trying to do when it came to like a project or like a different business idea or ways of making money, or it's like I'm really good at this, and it's like she was really good at it, but then it never went anywhere. It almost gives me like high school star quarterback in high school who then goes and works as the gas station attendant for the rest of their lives type of energy. It's like everyone's like, oh, you had so much potential, you had so much potential, you had so much potential, and then all that potential, it's like the drive went out. It's like you were built up to be this hot thing, and then the real world came in and it kind of just slapped you across the face, and it kind of humbled you. And instead of taking that humbleness and reevaluating, redoing, and going back to the drawing board, it's like they became a shell of themselves, and instead they regressed and only and they're now stuck in this one way of thinking or one frame of mind. The challenge here, the Justice card, decisions can be all about decisions. This can also be, I'm just going to look this one up actually for justice. Just give me here a couple seconds because I have the book, and I for some reason I want to read the justice card out loud for this one. And so this is the goddess of justice, serenely observes us from her flowery throne, emphasizing the profound significance of every element in the cycle of life, flowing gracefully like the water at her feet. However, none are exempt from her discerning judgment. In her magical realm, she maintains a perfect balance, generously donating this life nurturing water. Justice extends her protection to those dedicated to noble actions, steering clear of the allure of empty words. The only path she advocates is one paved with truths, for falsehoods only lead to darkness. Those who uphold honesty need not fear. Difficult matters are resolved at last. The words received are sincere. Disregard false preachers. So, seeing that here, oh goodness, with as the challenge, it does feel that there was a lot of lies that not just she told, but others around her told. And it's discerning what's truth, what's fact, what's fiction. Again, I do feel that Dee Dee, when it came to just her general demeanor and how she was acting, what she was doing, there was a lot of struggles when it came to the people around her, some taking advantage of her as well. She's very smart. She's very, very smart. That's like her energy is very smart. However, it's like her cleverness. Her cleverness wasn't able to be fully utilized. It was more taken advantage of and neutered, almost like cut off from what she could do because she was stuck in a mindset or in a frame of mind where it's like I need to do this, to do this, to do this, to do this, and it's almost like a survival instinct instead of a thriving. So like and that's what she's like in. It's like I need to survive, and I don't think she ever was able to get out of that mindset from a little on. Uh Looking still here at her childhood, things that went good for her. She did have a pretty good she did do pretty good at school. It feels like with the Three of Pentacles, she worked well with others. She had like a pretty good, decent group of people that she could trust, rely on, and the such. In the past here, the Chariot, she was moving. She was gonna do things. I do believe for her, like she had a lot of good, great ambitions from a young age where it's like, I get to move, I get to do things. I think she wanted to travel and just explore the world. And then the future was the Page of Swords. However, what got in the way was her lies, her deceit, her deception, her using of words to kind of get what she wants. And the such, even if it wasn't for the best intentions or the best means. And that's kind of what led to her a little bit more of her downfall. It's like she kind of hid things to maybe protect others. And it's like, I just want really seeing what, like in my head, I'm like seeing like the path, if she would have gone down the path that it's like she felt most called to do. And I see her moving, I see her traveling, I see her being engaged with other people. I see her not like engaged like in like a marriage sense, but it's like she's moving, she's thinking, she's a free thinker, she's so intelligent. If you needed something to get done, she'd figure out a way to do it because gosh darn it all, that's her way of doing it. She's a hustler. She would have been phenomenal as like owning her own like restaurant or her own like gas station. Like she's a hustler. Things would have been moving, things would have been shaken. Yeah, she was like just seeing that path that if she would have gone down it and like healed old traumas or old wounds along that way. She's phenomenal. She's very smart, very funny. And she would have made a whatever community that she would have been a part of, she would have been a focal point. She would have been a focal point. She would have been someone everyone could go to Like the motherly instincts that I think she has or had, like, are really, really good. And like, it would have nurtured or fostered a community. Just the circumstances that she got put into, and I think a lot of the pressures that were put on her from a young age kind of molded her into this pressure cooker. And she was in a pressure cooker to make things work. And like instead of like hardening into a diamond, it turned into a, like a charcoal brick instead. So that's what I'm kind of feeling here a little bit for Dee Dee in that way, shape, or form. I just want to then look at her relationship with Gypsy, and then and then you guys let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I think I'm gonna end it there, unless something else strikes me. But let's just take a look at how Gypsy, or how Dee Dee felt about Gypsy, and yeah, this is really sad. This is really, really sad for me. And again, thanks you guys for watching. I know this might be a little bit more downturn than what I usually do. Usually I'm a little bit more hyper, a little bit more active. We got a little bit more sass kind of going on. And it's just, in this case, this is a very, very, very sad. This is a woman who was who was put into a pressure cooker, essentially. And that pressure cooker, it's really sad, because all the things that kind of happened, it was where people failed Gypsy, I think people also failed Dee Dee. Again, if we look at Gypsy's story and you would apply it to Dee Dee's actual story, I think you would see the similarities, and it would be eerie. It would be eerie, eerie, eerie how similar they were in those early years. Okay. So kind of looking at how did Dee Dee feel about Gypsy? The King of Cups. She loved Gypsy. She really did. With this King of Cups, this is someone who has a lot of emotions, very good with them, expressing them. She loved Gypsy. Still does, I believe. Dee Dee loves Gypsy with that King of Cups. Why? The Five of Cups. Because it's like, you're my healing moment. You're my healer. You come in and you help me heal from old moments, old things, old traumas, old wounds that I had. Financial influences, the Ace of Pentacles. It does feel that it's like I lost out on seeing an Ace of Pentacles here and the financial influences. It does make me feel that, like, when Dee Dee had Gypsy, it's like a lot of her plans, a lot of her thoughts, and a lot of her ideas kind of flew out the window. Ways of making money, her travel, her projects, her career, what she wanted to do. It's like a lot of that kind of fell by the wayside. Her hopes and fears, the Justice card reversed. So it does feel that, in my opinion, does Dee Dee love Gypsy? Yes, 100%. But it also feels like Dee Dee had, like, a lot of her things that she thought she was going to do, how she was going to do it, and the such, were kind of pulled out from underneath her. With the Justice card reverse, it makes me feel that, sadly, I had to make a decision that I didn't want to make, but I did. It's almost like her entire life just got cut off. Like, what she had plans, her future, her thoughts, her ideas were just cut off. Again, unseen obstacle, the Three of Pentacles reversed. I think when Dee Dee got married to, I think, Gypsy's dad, I think she saw this as, okay, it's going to be us, our little family. It's going to be me. It's going to be Gypsy, and it's going to be my husband. And we're going to have this thing together. We're going to do the thing. We're going to fight this through. We get to build up our dreams, our hopes, and everything in between, right? The unseen obstacle, it broke apart. It broke completely apart. The little nuclear family I think Dee Dee had in mind just broke apart. It broke completely apart, and she just wasn't, and that wasn't something that she was expecting. It was another wound to add on top of all the other ones that I've kind of been stacking. It feels like here. The challenge is like the Queen of Wands. Like I said, I think Dee Dee had a lot of things that she wanted to do before Gypsy was born. Uh, a lot of things she wanted to go explore, try different things, and do different things. Uh, Kind of reminds me a little bit of, so say like there's so like what was it? Dee Dee was only 23 when Gypsy was born. Say so just take a look at it. What if Gypsy had been born when Dee Dee was like 26? 3 more years. Give Dee Dee 3 more years to kind of figure her stuff out. 23 is really young still to have a kid. I'm not saying that, like, oh, you shouldn't have a kid when they're, like, people have kids when they're 18 and stuff like that. But also think about it. Like, having a kid young sure is good, but you're also still learning. You're still becoming an adult. You still have hopes, dreams, and things that you want to do. And I think that's kind of the struggle here, was that, like, Dee Dee had a lot of these things that she still wanted to do, but then she got pregnant. She still loves Gypsy, don't get me wrong. Because it's like, what was like going for her in this situation? The King of Wands upright. It's like there's this beauty, this passion. It's like I almost feel that, like, for Dee Dee, it's almost like when she had Gypsy, it was like this is the drive to do better, to be better, to get the job, to do the thing. However, I think this thing's kind of piled up. Because here in the past, the Ace of Wands, misguided aggressions, misguided passions. How does she feel? It's like, again, she loves Gypsy. Gypsy was her everything. She loves Gypsy. She does see her as kind of like something that was like, this was supposed to be a great loving bond relationship. Uh, okay. So and it's almost like where Dee Dee is like, I want to nurture and foster this relation. Like, we struggle with nurturing and fostering. It turned more into a, like, I want to lead type of situation. Also, I think when the whole thing burst, the nuclear family burst, it's really, 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 Dee Dee really struggled. And then here in the future for that Four of Pentacles, when it comes to Gypsy, and Dee Dee and how Dee Dee feels, I think Dee Dee wants Gypsy to have the world, in my opinion. If you think Dee Dee didn't love Gypsy, I think you're wrong. I'm just gonna put it. I think you're wrong, to be 100% honest. I think Dee Dee loved Gypsy more than anything in the world. That's what I'm feeling, and I'm like getting tears to my eyes right now because of it. And I'm just seeing this as, one, Dee Dee had her own struggles going on, but she still wants Gypsy to have the world. Do I think she wants Gypsy to be pregnant right now? No. But is she so very happy that her baby girl is going out and experiencing the world? Yes. And like what I'm feeling here is, it's almost like when Dee Dee crossed over, it's like she was able to take she's able to get away from the mental health struggles and the challenges and the money and the issues and the society at large and all this, that, and the other thing, and coming back and taking a giant look at what was happening and seeing it for reality instead of through the glasses that she put on, the tinted glasses. Uh, I think she saw her wrong. I think she saw where she went wrong and how she went wrong, and everything around. Does she resent Gypsy? No. Does she still love her baby girl so very much? Does she see where she went wrong? Yes. And does she hope for Gypsy to follow in her footsteps? No. I think she wants Gypsy to break free. I think she wants Gypsy to love herself. I think she wants Gypsy to be a better version of Dee Dee that Dee Dee never got to be. And I think she sees Gypsy can do it. And it's just like, yeah. Was it a really sad situation? Yes. But does she look back on it and say that this is something that was it was misguided aggressions, but she had so much other stuff going on that she couldn't see what was reality versus what was right in front of her. And like, and that's what I think's what's going on with Gypsy and how Dee Dee feels about Gypsy. And it's like, I think she wants Gypsy to have the world. Because the temperance, yeah, I want you to find balance, my dear. When it comes to motherhood, be better than me. But it's like, I think she is worried about Gypsy being a mom. And some controlling aspects, maybe other partners, and that control, and like being overreactive, overcompensating for things, and kind of flying off the handle or jumping to conclusions. And like I said, I don't think, and I think these are worries that Dee Dee has about Gypsy. But in the end, it's like, you've made your decision. You get to do it. And I want you to, I think she still wants the best for her. Because, like I said, there's a lot of love. It's love, love, love. She loves Gypsy. And I don't think you could, and the way she might have expressed it might not have been the best, but I'm seeing this as love and genuine care and wanting her to be better. So that's what I have here for just my genuine cursory thing for Dee Dee Blanchard. Again, I think if you look at Gypsy's story and you look at Dee Dee's story, they're eerily similar, from their childhood to even their adulthood. So if you guys want me to read more on this, or look maybe differently into different aspects or different parts of what's going on currently, or from maybe the case itself, let me know in the comments down below. I'd be more than happy to dig into some maybe different questions. Otherwise, thank you guys so very much for watching. If you guys like this video, feel free to hit that like button down below. If you want to subscribe to see more content like this, feel free to do so. If you are looking for any private readings, or you want to support my channel in any other way, I do have memberships available, so you can see content like this early, as well as a couple other different perks, including winning a free reading from me. And then we also have the private readings available. So if you guys would like to book a private reading with me, you can go check out my website down below. I have a sale running currently for, I think, 15% off all readings, all private readings here until the end of August. So thank you guys so very much again for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye!